Welcome. We have a new education policy, National Education Policy 2020. The National Education Policy 2020 will replace the 34-year-old National Education Policy on Education 1986. National Education Policy 2020 is built on the foundational pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. The policy is aligned to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. It aims to transform India into a vibrant knowledge society and global knowledge superpower through school and college education, making it more holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, and suited for 21st century needs. It also envisages to increase the public investment in education sector to reach 6% of the GDP. Now let's look what the policy envisages for school education. It envisages universalization of early childhood care education through infrastructure support, innovative education centers to bring back dropouts into the mainstream, tracking of students and their learning levels, facilitating multiple pathways to learning involving both formal and informal education modes, association of counselor or well-trained social workers with schools, vocational courses, adult literacy, and life enrichment. Foundational literacy and numeracy. National Education Policy 2020 calls for setting up of a national mission on foundational literacy and numeracy by Ministry of Human Resource Development, which now been named as Ministry of Education. States will prepare an implementation plan for attaining universal foundational literacy and numeracy in all primary schools for all learners by grade 3 by 2025. The new 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 curricular structure. The new structure will replace the 10 plus 2 structure. Here, 5 is for age group 3 to 8, 3 for 8 to 11, next 3 for 11 to 14, and 4 for 14 to 18 age groups. This will bring the hitherto uncovered age group of 3 to 6 years under school curriculum. The new system will have 12 years of schooling with 3 years of Anganwadi or preschooling. New curricular and pedagogical structure. NCERT will develop a national curricular and pedagogical framework for early childhood care and education for children up to the age of 8. It will be delivered through a significantly expanded and strengthened system of institutions including Anganwadis and preschools. The planning and implementation of early childhood care and education will be carried out jointly by the Ministry of HRD, Women and Child Development, Health and Family Welfare, and Tribal Affairs. School education, aims and focus area. The aim is for holistic development of learners by equipping them with key 21st century skills. Reduction in curricular content to enhance essential learning and critical thinking, with greater focus on experimental learning. It also focuses on increased flexibility, choice of subjects for learners. Here, no rigid separation between the arts and sciences, between curricular and extracurricular activities, and between vocational and academic streams. Vocational education will start in schools from 6th grade and will include internship. A new and comprehensive national curricular framework for school education will develop by the NCERT. The new national education policy also gives emphasis on multilingualism. The policy emphasized mother tongue, local language, or regional language as the medium of instruction at least till grade 5, but preferable till grade 8 and beyond. 3 language formula to continue. Sanskrit as an option at all levels, and other classical language and literature are also as an option. Several foreign languages will also be offered at secondary level. Indian Sign Language will be standardized across the country. National and state curriculum materials developed for use by students with hearing impairment. Equitable and inclusive issue. Special emphasis will be given on socially and economically disadvantaged groups, which include gender, sociocultural, and geographical identities and disability. Setting up of gender inclusion fund and also special education zones for disadvantaged regions and groups. Children with special needs, educator with cross disability training, resource centers, accommodations, assistive devices, appropriate technology based tools, and other support mechanism tailored to suit their needs. Every state and district will be encouraged to establish Bal Bhavans as special daytime boarding school. Assessment reforms. This policy envisages a shift from summative assessment to regular and formative assessment, show more competency based, promote learning and development, and test higher order skills such as analysis, critical thinking, and conceptual clarity. All students will take school examination in grades 3, 5, and 8, which will be conducted by appropriate authority. Board exam for grades 10 and 12 will continue but redesigned with holistic development as the aim. A new National Assessment Center, PARAKH, Performance Assessment, Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development, will be set up as a standard setting body. The policy also envisages robust research recruitment and career path. The teacher recruitment will be through robust and transparent processes. Merit-based promotion with a mechanism for multi-source periodic performance appraisal. A common national professional standard for teachers will be in respect of higher national education policy envisages to increase gross enrollment ratio in higher education, including vocational education, from current 26.3% to 50% by 2035. In this respect, 3.4 crore new seats will be added to higher education institutions. The policy envisages a broad-based, multidisciplinary, holistic undergraduate education, which focuses on flexible curricular, creative combination of subjects, integration of vocational education, and multiple entry and exit points with appropriate certification. An academic bank of credit is to be established for digitally storing academic credits earned from different higher education institutes so that this can be transferred and counted towards the final degree earned. The policy also envisages setup of multidisciplinary education and research university MERUs. National Research Foundation will be created as an apex body for fostering a strong research culture and building research capacity across higher education. With respect to regulation, Higher Education Commission of India will be set up as a single overarching umbrella body for the entire higher education, excluding medical and legal education. The HECI to have four independent parties: National Higher Education Regulatory Council for regulation, General Education Council for standard setting, Higher Education Grants Council for funding, and National Accreditation Council NSC for accreditation. Rationalized institutional architecture. The policy envisages affiliation of colleges is to be phased out in 15 years, and a state-wise mechanism is to be established for granting graded autonomy to colleges. Every college would develop into either an autonomous degree granting college or a constituent college of a university. Teacher education. A new and comprehensive national curriculum framework for teacher education, NCFTE 2021, will be formulated by the NCT in consultation with NCERT. Mentoring mission. A national mission for mentoring will be established with a large pool of outstanding senior and retired faculty. In respect of open and distance learning, the policy envisages the open and distance learning will be expanded to play a significant role in increasing gross enrollment ratio. Online courses and digital repositories, funding for research, improve student services, credit-based recognition of massive open online courses, etc. will be taken to ensure it is at par with the highest quality in class programs. Technology in education. An autonomous body, the National Educational Technology Forum, NETF, will be created to provide a platform for the exchange of ideas on the use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning, and administration. With respect to professional education, all professional education will be an integral part of the higher education system. Standalone technical universities, health science universities, legal and agricultural universities, etc., will aim to become multidisciplinary institutions. This policy aims to achieve 100% youth and adult literacy. The National Education Policy 2020 envisages the following outcome: universalization of early childhood care education to secondary education by 2030, in align with Sustainable Development Goal 4, attaining foundational learning and numeracy skills through national mission by 2025, 100% gross enrollment ratio in preschool to secondary level by 20, bring back 2 crore out of school children. Teachers to be prepared for assessment reform by 2023, inclusive and equitable education system by 2030, board exam test core concept and application of knowledge. Every child will come out of school adept in at least one skill. Common standard of learning in public and private school. The following are the Kasturirangan committee members. Dr. K. Kasturirangan was the chairman of this committee.